Hello and welcome to Real Person Reviews. I'm Sam and I'm a real person. And today I want to talk to you about Sudoku for the Nintendo Switch. And not a whole lot of preface for this. Let's just get into it, I guess. So Sudoku is Sudoku. And I guess I'll just go over the general rules for Sudoku in case you don't know how to play. But basically you have this 9x9 grid of squares. And there's going to be some numbers already filled in. And the object is to make sure that each row, column, and 3x3 box within the grid or grid within the grid, contains the numbers 1 through 9 without repeating. So it's all about trying to logically find out where numbers have to go, what numbers can't go in spaces, and eventually deducing, where everything ends up going until you solve the puzzle. And Sudoku is just that. There are 300 puzzles for you to do. 100 easy, 100 medium, 100 hard. There's also an infinite mode, which just randomly does puzzles, which again you select for easy, medium, or hard, and it randomly generates one of the existing levels into there for you. And as you play, there's some background music. There's one background track. There are 5 different background color schemes you can pick from. You can choose if you want to have if you want to show mistakes, to highlight mistakes, and also if you want to show only possible number selections. If you select these, they work with the current logic of the puzzle. So what you place might be incorrect by the end of the puzzle, but as long as you can still actually place it there at the time with the logic of what's existing on the board, it will let you place it there if there's nothing really restricting you from it. So it's just kind of a way to correct for mistakes. Likewise, it'll let you put whatever number in there. It'll only show you possible ones, but again, if nothing can be logically eliminated currently, then it will show you everything that could possibly be there. So these aren't like hints or a solve me kind of thing. And it's pretty simple to control. So you can move around with the D-pad or the left control stick. You can also, there's a wraparound, so if you are at the top and you hit up, you'll go to the bottom. And it highlights the current 3x3 grid, row, and column as you're moving around different places as well. Then you hold R to open up the number wheel, and that gives you the number selection to pick from. Then you have to use the left stick to move around the number wheel while holding R, and also while holding R, hit A to put the number in. So once it's on the number, you can just hold R and hit A to put it in, and B erases them. And again, that's about it. They're the 300 puzzles, the randomized mode. Those are the controls. That's everything. That's all the stuff. And as far as good things, you get a pretty good amount of puzzles, like 300 puzzles. I believe this game was fairly cheap when I got it. I don't think it goes for a lot of money. So you're getting a good amount of puzzles on here. The randomizer can help in the sense of like if you replay it a bunch of times, you can, I don't want to like remember like all this one and this one and this one, because I remember playing them in this order. The randomizer helps you pick just random ones, so it just keeps you on your toes a little bit more, especially for replay. And I guess it's nice that they have the easy, medium, and hard selection as well. If you feel like you only want to do, they have a good amount in each of those at least. So if you don't feel real confident doing really hard ones, or you think it's kind of boring to do really easy ones, you at least have some a small variety there. And it's Sudoku on the Switch. I mean, if you want to play Sudoku on the Switch, this is a way to do that. A simple, cheap way to do that. The downsides to this are that, it's kind of awkward. Like, I wish you had more, I wish, both sticks and the D-pad, I wish kind of, all the basically multiple control things would work for multiple things. Like both sticks and the D-pad should move you around for all the different moving and selecting numbers and whatnot. I think that maybe more buttons should be able to place and erase numbers. I think that would be handy. Um, Having some kind of tip thing would be nice as well. I think, or like a how to play thing would be really good. They don't have that, so you just have to know how to do Sudoku or look it up, um, which isn't terrible, but um, and again, like while I do appreciate that they have the they only work within the logic of the puzzle. Like, oh yeah, for the incorrect things and the only show possible numbers things, those are just there to kind of check you to make sure you don't mess up absentmindedly, but it's not trying to solve it for you. I do think having a few tools in there to help solve it for you might have been something worth doing. And ultimately, I think they could have maybe done more with like more music. Would have been a good thing to have a larger, rather than just one song that plays for 300 puzzles. Having better background choices, they're all kind of meh and whatever. I don't know, just doing, I think they maybe could have done more with it just in general. There's more things they could have done for to make this worthwhile getting on your Switch. It's not really all that bad, but if you're expecting something more out of Sudoku, then you're going to get, out of other things, other than replayability, because usually once you do like pen and paper, Sudoku, you can't really replay that unless you want to like use a pencil and erase everything when you're done. I mean, other than that, yeah, I don't know. It's both its strength and its weakness is that it's Sudoku on the Switch, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So overall, Sudoku, there's just not a lot to say about it because there's not much to it. It is Sudoku on the Switch. So if you want to play Sudoku on your Switch, this is a relatively cheap, effective way to do that. And in that sense, that's good. But the issues with that are that, again, if you could just pick up pencil and paper and do Sudoku that way, there's lots of other ways to play Sudoku that don't require you to have a Switch in order to do so. And it'll be just as enjoyable, if not more so. Plus, if you have a Switch on you already, you probably have access to a lot more engaging things that are more exclusive to something like a Switch that you wouldn't be able to do in a book of Sudoku puzzles or something either, right? So it's not that it's a bad thing, it's just that it's kind of hindered by its platform, the fact there's better things to be doing and playing and whatever on it. And yeah, again, if you have a few bucks to spare and you feel like you're going to get some fun out of playing Sudoku on your Switch, in your downtime and whatever, go for it. Just a convenient little thing to do. Saves more space than having a book full of them or something, I guess. Better replay value, but ultimately, yeah, I guess I have trouble recommending it outside of the niche audience that is like, I have a Switch and sometimes I don't feel like actually playing a game on it, but I want to have my Switch with me and I don't want to carry a Sudoku book around with me. I don't know. That's Sudoku. I do you think the name was a typo? I don't know. Maybe.